Alright, so we're back with Numenera. It's been some time. It's been like 3-4 weeks, maybe 5? Yeah, we got to do a catch-up here. Okay, so you guys left the camp, headed north, travelled through some forest, part of the woods, with very large trees, and you followed them into the tomb that you've currently found, which is embedded on a huge cliff face with a statue above it. You did some exploration, you found some interesting stuff, but more importantly, last session, you found a trans-dimensional hook shot, and Artorio is currently in possession of said trans-dimensional hook shot. And you guys did some exploring, and you come to this room here, where you've found a painting of an eye on the ceiling that when EC kept trying to throw the ethereal fishing rod up at it, she was making it cry. It was crying. But it's a weird sort of 2D-esque painting. And you argued for a moment about whether Artoria should use the trans-dimensional hookshot on it, and she's like, fuck no, I ain't doing that. And that's where we ended the session. Literally, you guys about to leave this room because EC pushing Artoria tried to say use the hook shot on the eye, but she wouldn't.
Because she's a scaredy cat. True.
Because I'm nearly dead. No thanks.
Okay, Artoria, like, your cup is always half empty, not half full. Like, you're not...
Well,
you're either full dead or not dead at all, and you're obviously not dead at all.
Well, I have a solution, and Artoria will just, like, push the transdimensional fucking crossbow into EC's chest. You use it.
Oh no, I can't, I'm nearly dead.
So good.
Well then, keep your opinions to yourself.
I do that, and the hookshot. Which has been given to me.
Don't think you're keeping that.
I give the hookshot back.
Okay, you give the hookshot back. Alright, you guys.
What's the plan?
That was going to be my question. You guys have done a lot of exploration in this place. Remember, there is a second level.
There is, but we need to make sure that we get back in time.
You've been here for 2 days, by the way.
Yeah, we need to leave then.
Yeah, this is...
back.
The next sleep you have will be your 3rd day of journey.
Alright, we've slept on the way, we've slept in this thing.
And then that's it. And then the next day will be this sleep will be your 3rd sleep.
And how soon did we say we wanted to be back?
It was 4 days.
Oh yeah, then we should probably get back, yes.
Because we're probably going to have to sleep on the way back.
Yeah, I'd say around about midday on the 2nd day, because you woke up and you've done some exploration. You haven't spent that long, it's been a few hours in here.
Well, we know this place is here, so we can go back.
I mean, we did clear out most of it, didn't we?
Well, there is the 2nd level that we haven't really explored.
We did start on the 2nd level, though.
Yeah, but we're on a time frame, so...
I think we cleared about everything we need to. Look, it's like Legend of Zelda, right? We found the hook shot. So that is the major item of this palette.
No, it was the item that was meant to help you do everything else in the dungeon, and you found it last.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Anyway, it's one major item per Zelda temple, so we'll just retrieve the Triforce symbol that's in here, and then we get out.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so you guys actually leaving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I will put you back to the map. By the way, I've upgraded the map, so it should look totally different.
Ooh, fancy.
I don't remember what it looked like before because it's been so long.
Fair enough, but let's just say it looks better. Okay, so you're currently at the tomb, as you can see here.
Mm-hmm.
And you've travelled this path. I will draw it in pink. You went like this. That's the path you've travelled. So
we've never been straight shooters.
Nope. And when you got to the large forest, it should have been more like kind of like this. It didn't appear for some reason, but like more of a zigzag because of the way you have to climb through the trees. So you guys go to exit the tomb. leaving, walking past the mass amount of rubble out onto the kind of desert-like barrens that surrounds this cliff, as if, and like I said, I explained it like the trees that encroach upon it just go skeletal, and nothing else has grown on this barren ground. Would you like me to share the handout? Because you probably forgot it.
No, I remember. It's the big door with all the...
Yep.
I do remember the big door.
Yes, indeed. And, well, the sky's a bit more clear than in the handout there, because it's midday. Sun's quite high. It's a nice kind of warm morning. And as you walk towards the forest, those giant oaks, those giant trees begin to loom up out of the forest in the distance. Because currently you're going to be walking past where you camped last time, where you found that spiritual river. Yeah. So do you just want to travel for the entire day?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Okay, can all of you roll me a d12?
If we are coming across it, I think the resting place where I built the fishing rod would be the best place to have the third night.
It's
You would-
like...
So yeah, I think that's where we should spend our night, because as Liam has discussed it, it is a perfectly safe place where we feel at ease and nothing bad is going to happen to us.
Alright, so those rolls are actually really good. So you spend most of the day travelling, like maybe 3-4 hours actually, till the late afternoon, till you find the location where you guys had camped previously. And it's been untouched, and the nearby river is no longer a spiritual river like last time, just a normal, burbling, narrow spring water river leading off to the west. So you guys going to settle down early?
Yeah, but we'll set up a watch rotation.
Alright, so can you all make me perception rolls? That's an intellect roll. It will be difficulty 5.
Difficult 5.
It's just a placeholder. Really, I'm just looking at your numbers that you roll. Five is to see if you notice anything spectacular, that's all.
I don't know what rolled. Oh, I had effort put in. Just
Oh,
ignore
sorry,
that.
yeah. Mine's on the same.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
failed.
just...
First
yeah.
succeeded.
Yeah, I'm just looking at your roll. You rolled an 11, you rolled an 11. Okay, so, who takes first watch?
Me.
Okay, so Artoria, as the sun begins to set and the woods begins to come alive with all of these sounds of different creatures of the night, and the sky begins to bleed a cherry rose pink, and it just settles down into the darkness. Your 4 hours, 4 hours is up, and you don't see anything, you don't hear anything, and you wake up.
Verge.
Okie dokie. So, Vers, can you do me a favour?
That depends.
Can you roll me a D100?
20.
I'll get back to you in a second when I can read these damn books. So much stuff. Alright. Did you say 20?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's in a different book. And I don't have it open. Okay, so first you begin spending part of your watch doing what you do best. Just busying yourself with some stuff and basically looking around, standing up, walking around the campsite, making sure everything's okay. And you start to hear something like small twigs snapping. And okay, it wasn't in that book either. Why do I have to split so much of it up?
Yeah, it
There's
is a bit,
3 different books.
special.
Lots of books.
Okay. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. So cute. Okay, so what you do encounter, however, after hearing these twigs snap, is a tiny, large-eyed, brown-furred creature that looks ridiculously adorable. It's got these little paws, these big black eyes, and tiny little nose, cat's nose, with these tiny little mouth with little fangs protruding from its little
Eat your brain.
mouth. And it doesn't seem to be much bothered by your presence. It seems to be kind of like just foraging on the outskirts of the fire, going, making kind of childish sounds as it does.
I will see what this thing wants. I assume we have some food that we cooked up earlier in the day. And I'll just chuck some food close to it to see what its reaction is.
Okay, so like it notices you coming close when you begin to walk towards it. And what type of food are you going to give it?
What does it seem to be foraging for?
Like just bits and bobs on the ground. Like it looks to be going after like just little twigs and like pine cones.
Okay. Well, since we don't use that as food, I'll just throw it some if we have something bread-like.
Okay, bread-like.
And some fruit, if we have any fruit.
Yeah, like I say, so as you get the fruit out, it seems to completely like how you have its attention.
Okay. I'll just place it on the ground, like within reaching distance, but not quite next to me.
Yep. And I have finally, after doing some googling, have an image for you all. I've got so many tabs open. This is must have what Arnie felt like during Bloodwatch Dungeon.
There's like people that have like 50 tabs open at once.
Kill that thing with fire.
I don't trust it.
If you do not light it on fire immediately, it will murder you.
Look, as I've been saying, we camped here the first time and it was described as the nicest place there's ever been, and I didn't trust it the first time. And nothing happened, so obviously on the way back something is gonna happen, and that thing is deadly.
Okay, so you go towards it with some fruit, and it walks forward and begins to edge towards you gently, like to try to take the stuff from you.
Yeah, I'll just place the fruit on the ground so he doesn't have to come.
Yeah, and he kind of picks it up, begins eating it, consumes it, and you see it's got all the bits of fruit around its fur. And it's trying to lick it, but its tongue's too short.
Okay. Do I notice while it's eating any nasty teeth?
It's got like sharp teeth, but you notice that they stick out at a weird angle.
Okay. Overall, do I get the idea that this is a herbivore?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good thing. I mean, if they're flat, strong teeth like a herbivore, I'm not so worried as if they were to have needle fangs or something, because they are not used.
You can make another intellect check though to find any more facts about it if you want.
I would very much like to glean some information about it.
Ooh, yeah. So you automatically pass. They're level 1.
Okay.
So yeah. So you know that these creatures are called a Brendril, and they're normally quite territorial, but they do send out small hunter-gatherer packs. And when they're on their own, they don't really have the collective instinct that tells them that humans are dangerous. Don't go near them. But you know that they are quite dangerous in a pack because they can surround a target and smother it. And when they smother, they vibrate, and it looks kind of like they're giving you a really affectionate hug. But what they're really doing is spiking their internal body temperature, and they cook their victim alive in the inside.
Okay.
But
I want you to kill it with fire.
But they are. It's more like a bee's nest. If you don't aggravate it, they're fine with you. Like they're not going to just immediately attack something they see. They are very defensive of their nests and their swarms, but they won't just attack a human or anything out of nowhere for no reason.
Okay.
But they do eat leaves, stems, berries, nuts, and food to bring back to the colony that is high in protein. They don't eat meat though.
I'll check around to see if I have any of those things then, and see what we can spare that we definitely won't need for the journey. Keeping a little bit spare for us in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, okay, so it does really appreciate that. And when you're done feeding it, it runs back with something in its hand. holding it by its waddles, and then puts it down near your foot, points at it, and then disappears into the night.
Alright. Well, I'll spend the rest of my watch investigating what this thing is that it gave me.
It looks like a pine cone.
Okay.
Good bartering, Anna. You got it.
I'll take the pine cone with me though and keep it.
Alright, you can write down Brendril pine cone.
I will.
Alright, so then I'm assuming after that, nothing happens, and then I'm assuming you wake up Easy.
Yep.
So Easy, just when you are being woken up, the beginning of sunrise is beginning to split across the sky.
I immediately turn around once Verse has gone to bed and sleep again.
Okay. Right.
Can we roll initiative to see who wakes up first?
Okay, you could do.
You better roll high, you motherfucker.
That's good.
Well, I have 1 speed, so I can't edge on this. Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
This is the first watch I've ever skipped out on. You actually discovered I skipped out on watching.
Okay, so, Easy, you do go to sleep. And you do fall straight back to sleep. Like, it's not like it's, you know, you don't stay awake all the way through, I'm assuming. You just go straight back to sleep.
Yeah, I just nod to Verse, then immediately turn around.
Okay, so, Artoria, you wake up probably a minute or two before EC and Verse.
You little motherfucker. I shall jump out of bed and run and toss the bed.
Well, EC's bed.
Yep. And then, like, when EC's lying on the ground, she'll, like, kneel on top of her and start slapping her on the side of the head as if she's being attacked.
Just 5 more minutes, Dad!
Well, you can take all the damage then.
Oh, you're actually beating her?
Yep.
I'm getting beaten a lot later.
I don't know how... Remember, guys, I don't know how PvP works in this, because...
We just roll off against each other, I think.
I don't think the game assumes you do PvP.
No, it never does.
Well, it's not proper PvP, it's just, she's just gonna get punched once.
First off, let me add the full rest, which I assume I got.
Yep.
Then you can take the full damage punch, because Artoria's pissed.
Yeah, EC's not defending against this.
Yeah, you take 9 damage.
That is my might pool gone, good job.
Oh, God. Guys. Alright, so you are fully punched in the face, EC. Immediately going dizzy, disorientated, nearly passing out. Blood leaking from your broken nose and out of parts of your mouth.
I heal myself.
And I'm assuming you go about your usual morning checks.
Yep, Artoria will then storm off to go and get
Okay,
watched.
you all notice you are missing.
I failed the fucking healing task. Okay, difficulty 3, we're doing this again.
Okay, so EC, you notice you are missing 34 shins.
Are you for real?
Nope. Artoria, you are missing 36 shins. And Verz, you are missing...
No, I mean I failed at healing myself twice in a row.
40 shins. And Verz, if you want, you can take that out of the party loot. Because you were carrying it.
Okay, I'm just not gonna have a might pool for this rest because I just failed healing myself 3 times.
Wow. Alright, you are feeling really bad, EC, and you notice that your purse is slightly lighter.
EC. You owe me 36 shins.
Make that 76.
76 shins because Verz has been robbed too because you were sleeping. So you can cough up the 76 shins or I will break your arm.
I mean,
You mean like
I get
the...
what you're getting at, Artoria, but does that really increase our chance of survival, you think?
I can drag her back attached to a rope.
You mean like the 150 shins I extra talked out of the mayor?
That means nothing to me. I am missing 36 shins from my person because you fell asleep on watch. Vers is missing
You did
40
fall.
I didn't fall asleep on watch. I didn't watch. There's a difference.
Don't make it worse. Please don't make it worse. Alright? I punched you and you nearly died. Next step is I will go and get my fucking sword and we'll see how much damage I can really do.
Ah.
Give me my money, give Vers his money, and be grateful that nobody cut our throats when we were sleeping.
I throw half my shins on the floor
How much is half?
and stomp off. 90.
90. Okay. 45 each then, I guess.
Yeah, I have no shame in picking them up.
I'll just accept my 40 and be done with it.
Yeah, so I get 50 shins. So from that encounter, I'm up 14 shins.
Wow. That. Okay, so the morning is yours. After
I'm gonna heal myself again.
that inter-party drama.
Come here, EC, I've got a first aid kit.
Fuck off.
Oh dear.
I will literally throw my fire egg at you if you come close.
Stop being a baby and let me use the first aid kit on you.
I get out the fire egg.
So this is how Numenera ends.
You really want to go down that road, EC?
If you want to burn to put a bandage on me, you can burn.
I could just bring back your corpse and say that you died in a horrible accident.
I do enjoy the nature of this experiment you guys are doing, but I feel like the outcome is quite predictable and it doesn't look so good for me. Because either way, I'm going to be down one person.
I came here with Vers, I didn't come here with you.
Well, you can leave with us.
Alright, you can stay here then.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go back to camp.
Well, you're not following me
I'm not
back.
gonna stay in the forest. No, you don't follow me back.
Alright,
And I run off first.
that's okay.
Oh my god.
And Artoria will sit back in like her camping chair.
Okay, so EC, you're running off first.
Yeah.
Am I to assume that you're going off by yourself back to camp?
Yep.
Can you roll a d12?
I will roll a d12. I close my sheet.
Why? It's classic.
I don't even need
Bingo!
11.
Oh, that's bad.
That's
Can you
not
roll
good.
a d100?
I can roll a d100. Oh, it's not in the thing. I have to type it in.
Is the predator going to get him again?
We don't know. It's still in the chart.
We'll be like 5 minutes behind her.
Okay. I love how you're like, oh no, we should definitely follow her now. Like, just
No, it's more like you let like a child gets in a bad mood and you go find them and it runs off, but you're still like
Trading them,
yeah, like 100 feet behind them.
Oh my god. Okay, so EC, as you're travelling through the woods, you on top of the oak trees, following those thick boughs and those vines. Beneath you, you begin to hear the thumping of something heavy, and you hear and like the smell, like the sound of something sniffing. And yeah, you peer over and you see a creature fused of organic and inorganic substances, where flesh mingles with wood, steel, and stone. You see the bit, like, orbit around this creature that's probably 15 feet from head to rump. Looks like a giant ape made out of rock with vines growing all around it, and some bits of its rock are like orbiting around it. It has huge canines protruding from the top of its jaw and the lower of its jaw, and its eyes are hard flints of obsidian. And it seems to like be sniffing as if it can smell you, but it can't see you.
I would like to stealth.
I think you should. Roll for it.
I'm gonna edge on this.
It's difficulty 7.
Oh, fuck me. And I have not had a lot of luck today. Let me think how the fuck edging works.
Wow.
3, 5, okay.
Well,
I'm gonna edge twice.
crazy.
Oh fuck, wait. I don't have a lot of luck today.
This is the creature.
No, I don't need to look
It
at
won't
this.
It won't be a very big picture, but...
Yeah, most of the pictures in the Numenera books are really small.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so, what did you roll, actually? Let me check.
Oh, I failed badly.
Yeah, it seems to look up, notice you, and then begin climbing, albeit very slowly. It looks like its body is huge.
Well, it's a shame that it doesn't look like an intelligent creature. That reduces what I can do by a lot. It's climbing up the tree, right?
Very slowly, making the tree vibrate as it goes.
How much higher is the tree?
The tree's about 150 feet high.
How high am I on the tree?
You're about the 120th.
Let's get to the top of the tree first.
Okay, you begin climbing. Can you make a climbing check?
Probably not. What difficulty?
2.
Okay. Finally!
Okay, yeah, you managed to keep climbing, and it's coming slowly, but it climbs faster than you do. Alright, I need you to roll initiative.
I will.
And also, for the rest of you, you need to roll initiative, but you won't turn up till 3 or 4 turns after.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm still here packing my bags.
Oh, this is like several hours into the day.
Oh yeah, I was just joking around.
Okay, so it climbs. Easy, your turn. You're at the top. You can see across the canopy.
I'm thinking.
I was kind of hoping she'd be like a child and would have stopped, but I was wrong.
Oh, you were super wrong. How close is the next closest tree?
They're all kind of intertwined, so you could probably... It's hard to see a branch that connects to the other tree, but you think one of these would be. It's all like interconnected, so like the canopy's all just this dense, netted mat of branches and leaves.
Well, I'm just gonna run over the canopies.
Alright, I will need you to make a difficulty 2 check, though.
No, that's fine.
This will be like balance, speed, agility, that type of thing.
That is fine, and I'll probably fail it. Oh no, look at me go.
Alright, and you begin to run. Are you going to just run from it then, Easy?
Yeah, that is obviously what I'm gonna do.
Alright, so you begin running across the canopy, running away from this thing. It bursts through the canopy when you're about 200 feet away. And you turn back, and it's roared out the top. And that's when, in the distance, Vers and Artori, you hear like this distant roar and thumping. And you can see, like, one of the trees up above the canopy. You just see this explosion of what looks like branches and leaves in the distance. And Issa, you begin running. And the thing comes chasing, but it's too heavy to jump across the canopy to chase you. So you see it fall through parts of the canopy with a screech and a roar, and then come bursting up when it hits one of the other like powerful boughs, and begin balling forward as fast as it can, breaking through trees as it's going, smashing shit up, making a ruckus. And it seems that you climbing to the canopy was probably the best option for you, because at this time it can't seem to get up there because they're more lighter and thinner, narrow branches. And as you're running, and you keep looking down, it's directly below you, but it can't get up to you, and it's just running across all the powerful boughs, bounding with its heavy fists.
Good, it was a gorilla, not a bear.
I want to run. Can we see it now, or
You and Vers can't see it, but you definitely notice something huge ahead.
I'm gonna just take off at a full sprint as fast as I can.
I'll just stand there for a moment and then realise, oh shit, I'm probably supposed to run as well.
Alright, so Artorio, what would you like to do? You get, we'll say you're within like...
If I can get within long range,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hook the hook shot into like my left arm, hold my two-handed sword in one hand and try and hook shot it. So the hook shot will pin in its back and drag me to it.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly read something.
But I don't know if the hook shot works that way.
Yeah, and that's why I need to read it. I'm on your character sheet. Where have you put it?
I put it... Did I put it? I don't think I wrote it down because I'm one of those people. I put it.
Because I've wrote it down somewhere, so I just need to...
Liam, I need like 2 minutes AFK. Would you like me to go now or should I wait?
Alright, you can go now, it's fine.
I can't remember where I wrote it. What I wrote it as a weapon.
Just mute yourself if you can. Never mind.
Oh, dimensional hook shot, an artifact.
Yes. Sorry, it is dimensional, not trans-dimensional.
Yeah.
Yes, it's got a short range, though.
So short range is 50 feet.
Yeah.
I'll just keep powering as fast as I can.
Okay. Alright, so you begin powering as fast as you can. Okay, so the thing... As you round one of these huge trunks, Artori, you notice it. It notices you. And you see it's this big gorilla-type creature with... Like, similar to the mechanical one you fought before at the crater, but this one is made out of what looks like rocks and vines that seem to crawl over it.
Yep. I will shout as loud as I can. EC, keep running. Drop the transdimensional hook shot for Vers to pick up. And
Okay.
just start walking towards it, Jon Snow style, with a sword.
Oh, you mean like Battle of the Bastards style?
Yeah.
Nice. So you draw your sword, begin walking towards it. Okay, so EC, you can hear Artoria shout behind you.
Well, I was gonna keep running and ditch them, but now she told me to keep running, and now I feel bad about ditching them. So I'm just gonna hide behind the next closest tree, and then use my fishing rod to fish a fish.
Alright. Roll a d40.
Alright, that is a mechanic. It has broken once before, I had to spend experience, so it didn't.
Alright, so you throw out the dimensional fishing rod. And roll me a d20. Okay, and you pull back and something slops against your chest and hits the bow below you. You pick it up and it looks to be some sort of lobster creature, but it's glowing pink.
Perfect.
And it says to you, "Don't eat me!" Alright, so Vers's turn. Vers runs forward, picks up the transdimensional hook shot.
And then GTFOs, because that's what I would have told them to do.
Yep, okay, so this creature turns and goes to charge you. Let me look at its movement. Alright, so did you say you moved to within a short distance, or did you stay where you were?
It stayed where it was, like a challenge.
Alright, so it uses the run option and barrels towards you. It can't take an action, but as it gets towards you, you see the creature is a lumbering 15 feet tall. It walks on its forelimbs, but has shorter rear legs. And its body's, like I said, made of rock and vines and forestry. Alright, so after that... Artorio, it's your turn. It used the full movement to get to you.
Yep, I'm going to attack it with my steam-powered longsword.
Alright, cool.
I'm going to use glaive feature aggression.
Okay, that does.
Asset.
Okay, so difficulty 6.
I'm going to edge.
How
So
many?
it's difficulty 7.
Alright, so it's difficulty 7 to start with. You knocked it down to 6 because of the asset.
Yeah.
You're edging how much?
I can only do it once. I can only put one effort into it.
Oh, okay. So drop it down to difficulty 5.
And then I'm trained.
Yeah. So difficulty 4.
Let's see how this goes. Oh, you beauty.
Oh, nice. So what kind of effect are you doing?
So I am going to do my glaive feature effect, which is I can apply poison to the blade.
Okay.
So the poison does 4 damage, I think. 5 damage. So it takes 5 damage from poison.
Okay.
Then it takes 7 plus 11 points from the longsword.
So 16 damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know why I bother with a weapon, to be honest.
So immediately you just stab up towards this creature, straight for its chest, run around the side of its body and rip it out the side, and bits of what looks like shins and inorganic material like responsive synth and iotum just spills out in a pile of sludgy green mess, splashing to the ground and slopping all over the bow. The thing roars, smashes its limbs down, and we go to EC.
I'm really confused about this whole lobster situation.
Yeah, it just looks at you weirdly. It's roughly about a foot tall lobster, and it just goes, "Please put me back."
It does what now?
Yeah, I fished a sentient lobster, which has greatly deviated from my plan. I was hoping to fish a regular fish, feed it to the monkey, and then drug the monkey and skedaddle.
Oh yeah, because the things you eat from the spiritual dimensional realm that you fish do make you high. Yeah,
They do make you high. That was the plan, but
the
now it
plan.
just seems like Atoria is going to beat down the monkey single-handedly.
if you could feed it the pink lobster,
how far is it away?
roughly about 60 feet, but it's also below you by about 40.
Do I have a trajectory to hit it with the lobster?
You can certainly try.
I do want to throw my pink lobster at
Do
the
you
monkey.
have anything in throwing? We'll say it's a light weapon, so that reduces it by 1.
The lobster is a light weapon.
I mean, it would be.
I would say proficiency in fishing does make you better at throwing lobster.
Alright, so difficulty 5.
And then, fuck it, I'm edging for this.
As you do.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I have no speed left anyway. Let's edge twice.
Fucking hell. It's a difficulty 3 to throw the lobster. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is.
You got 50-50 chance.
Wait, what difficulty is it to target?
9.
9? Was it 7?
Yeah, you dropped it down. I've calculated it. 7 down to 6, down to 5 for proficiency. Then you're edging twice.
Oh yeah, it's a light weapon. I forgot that.
Yeah. It's a lobster.
This is all very. This is calculating.
And he's
okay?
aerodynamic. He's quite smooth.
No! This is just not my session.
Use an
Before I
XP.
continue,
You could...
I use an XP. I have an XP.
What was that, Vers?
what is another word for throw?
Hull?
Lob?
Lob, oh god!
I use an XP to reroll this.
Okay, go ahead.
I cannot believe it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can't believe you've done this.
You've done this.
This is just not my session. This is just horrible.
Okay, so the lobster does go the distance. He
Does
hits
it?
us. He does hit the does hit the creature, which bounces off his arse, basically his rump, and hits the ground. And the thing looks slightly distracted, and the thing goes, "No, please don't!" And now it's definitely distracted. It does turn and look straight down at
Please.
the thing.
Please waste your turn eating it. Please waste your turn eating it.
I mean, it would. Let's just pretend this is what I planned to do all along.
Alright, Vers, it's your turn. You've got the trans-dimensional hook shot.
I do.
Yeah, I
'cause,
gave it to you and told
Artori
you to
gave it to you
run.
before running off.
Oh, you just left it there, okay.
Yeah, and told you to run, so shoot it through at the trees and escape.
Okay, I guess that's what I'll do, and I'll probably watch that at it.
Can you roll me a d20?
I can.
No, so you can travel up to a short distance, 50 foot away.
Yeah, so I'll just like try and go around the outside of where they're fighting and just shot way past them.
Yeah, okay, so like you shoot it, and it hits one of the barrels about 40 feet away, and you haven't used this yet, have you? So what happens is immediately you're just yanked forward as if by chains and a hook, and you just go flying through this blue wispy realm of transdimensional energy, and then doof land on the barrel where the hook shot hit.
That was fun.
Yeah. Okay, the thing turns round, and it's got 4 fucking attacks. It's gonna make. It goes BAM! And crushes the lobster, then makes the other 3.
No, the lobster!
Yeah, just with one hand, just goes doosh! And
I have to say, Leo, this is the most elaborate level of the world's largest dungeon I've seen so far.
What? What?
Oh, everyone knows only things there have 4 attacks according to you guys.
Oh, yeah. And it turns around and goes to attack Artoria. Artoria, can you make me 3 speed defense rolls?
Difficulty.
Well, what have you got? You've got...
I've got trained in defense.
Yep, and a shield.
And a shield.
Is there anything else?
Nope.
So it's all difficulty 5.
Difficulty 5. Oh, I'm gonna actually I'll edge for each one of them.
Oh man, I feel really bad. I didn't read its notes. You would have hit with the lobster. I'm sorry, EC.
What?
It's got speed defense as 6.
I would have fit with the lobster.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my bad as a GM. I should have read that.
That's. I still got the distraction out of it, so I'm fine.
Yeah, okay. I'll say that because of the roll earlier. We'll quickly interrupt you, Artoria. It goes to punch down on the lobster, but it sees it's ethereal and then wastes another attack punching down, trying to finish it off, and then breaks the tree, and the spiritual lobster goes no as it falls to the ground. That means
So 2.
Yeah, just 2 rolls. There you go.
So 1,
Oh, failure.
2.
Wow.
GM intrusion. This
Well,
is just,
welcome to my world today.
Oh.
It's just the worst day.
Okay, so monsters like this in the actual manual have GM intrusions for when you do roll a 1, so I'm going to use that one. Okay, so first things first, you're hit with 17 damage from one of the punches.
from 1.
Yeah,
Cool.
it just crushes down on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And it says here, replace the attack with this. Oh man, I am so sorry. We'll look at Artoria's equipment. So she's got 1, 2, 3. Can you roll me a d6?
Yeah, of course. 1 off.
Alright, so 3. Right. So as it grabs hold of you on the side, you see its eyes begin to glow red, and immediately heat begins to rush through your body. Doesn't seem to affect you, but rushes through your armor and all of your equipment.
Mm-hmm.
The communication discs, the ciphers you have,
Gone.
all blow up on your body, and you go flying backwards from the explosion.
And they said I would break a communication disc.
Okay, so Artor, it's your turn.
I will get up, look at this motherfucker and go, is that it? And charge it.
Okay. If anyone can kill it, it's you.
Yeah, and I'm just shouting to the others to run. So it's difficulty 4 again. And micro.
Nice.
Take another fucking poison, you prick.
Okay, how much damage is that?
I'm down to 1 poison, and that is 7 plus 5 is 12 plus 4 is
16?
16.
You did another 6, that's 2 16 damages in a row.
Oh, wait.
You don't get to add the plus 4,
no,
do you?
Take the 4. Take the 4 off.
So it's 12.
Yeah.
So close.
Only 12 damage? Why do you even bother attacking?
Yeah. So, Artori, you cut through part of his leg, leap up and stab down onto its back. It roars, goes flying down like onto its chest, but means pushing itself up, feebly doing a push-up with an attempt as you leap off. It's struggling to stay alive, holding on. So, EC.
I shoot it with a bow.
Oh my fucking god.
This is the point where I'll get hit by the fucking arrow, isn't it?
So much faith. So much faith.
No, I've showed her how to use it.
Nope.
It goes, skitters off down part of the forest, disappearing in through the trees.
I mean, there was no way I would have fit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
I did just want to steal the kill.
that would have been that. Yeah.
Vers can kill it with a magic stick.
Vers, you're now safely on another tree, about 60 feet from it. You can see it just there. You're on a side view from them, so you can see them fighting here. And then you just see an arrow whiz down through the canopy, missing.
Yep. Has Arturo at any point explained to me how the hookshot works? Like, can I repeatedly use it? Do I know anything about this?
You just roll a d20 on a 1, it's gone.
Okay. I'll just keep on hookshotting away, because that's what they told me to do.
Okay, nice. You got another 9. So your hookshot go through the Vers. Just so you know, you're intelligent enough to know, with transdimensional energies and all stuff, because you're a delve, that if there is anything in the transdimensional realm in the way, you're going to hit it at some force. Say there was like a wall or a creature, you're in that realm for what, 2-3 seconds, but that is sometimes enough for you to get dislodged.
Yeah.
See, for Artoria, I didn't explain it to her, but for you, you'd realise that you could hit something, so you got to make sure there's nothing in the way. But you think it's a forest, there shouldn't be.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, doing this in a dungeon might be
Briefly, you do get like kind of like you do look around and you see like rivers of kind of like pinkish, bluish energy twirling like aurora lights all around the forest as you look up. And you think, wait a minute, that's probably where EC's getting her fish from. Right. So you've managed to escape. The thing turns round and goes to attack Artoria. Artoria, can you make me 4 speed rolls, please? Defense rolls. By the way, they are a lower difficulty 4.
Oh, right. Well, let me change difficulty 4, so it'll be difficulty 2.
No, as in, I've included everything in.
Oh, right,
So
yeah.
it's got to drop down 1 by 1 difficulty.
Oh, to difficulty 4, right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
2, 3, 4.
Nice. Right, because you see it's injured and it's unable to move parts of its body, it is lashing out like the Guardian Ape from Sekiro, just having a little temper tantrum around. And as it's swinging wildly, you're managing to leap above its fists. You block one blow with your shield, although it sends vibrations right down into your armour and your chest. And then you manage to parry one away with your steampunk sword, steam-powered sword, sorry. And then just like dodge roll out of another. Artoria, it's your turn.
I'm going to attack it with a light weapon.
With a light weapon, okay.
Yeah. So it's what difficulty to hit it at the minute in its current state?
5.
Difficulty 5, right. So I am going to still have an asset from Glaive.
Sorry, 6 to hit it in its
6.
state, sorry. No, you're right, it's right. Yeah, I'm right, sorry. Goddamn system. It is definitely difficulty 5 normally. Because it's 6 down to by 1 because it's injured.
So it'll be 6 down to 5. I'm trained down to 4. I'm putting an asset. I've got an asset from Glaive Aggression down to 3. Effort 2. Light weapon 1.
Okay, yeah, you've hit. How much damage does that do?
It does 8 damage.
Oh my god, it is alive. You attack, and as you do, it's not as powerful as the rest. You stab
It's actually
down.
it's my fist that does the 8 damage.
Oh really? So you just punch down into one of the wounds, and you just feel like this tough hide resists a lot of the bludgeoning that you're pushing in, and you just rip a bunch of what looks like this inorganic, like synth, Numenera stuff out, ripping it out with a spray of green ichor.
And then I'll make it chase me. I'll move short, so I'll move 50 feet.
All right. There's.
Because I'm hoping its legs are brokety.
Yeah, they are. They're not working very well as well, so it's EC's go, sorry.
Okay, kill steal attempt number 2. I shoot an arrow at it.
Alright, difficulty 5.
Oh!
Well, you are not rolling well today, are you?
No, it is. It is not a good day.
So the arrow just ricochets off his butt. Burst. You gonna keep?
Yep.
I don't think I've rolled over 10 today.
Wow.
Would you like to spend an experience?
Yes, I have one left, so I will do
Alright.
that.
Alright, so you teleport away.
Go from 1-1 to 2 1s. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But 2 1s are better than 1 1.
That is...
They are.
It leaps up, begins chasing you, Artoria. Can you make the defense rolls, please?
I can still move 50 feet, fucker.
Sorry?
I was hoping I got far enough away because its legs wouldn't work. if it
How
was
far
injured.
did you move away? You attacked, so...
Yeah, but fleet of foot, I can still move short distance, which is 50 foot.
And that's its speed in one round.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it catches up.
Does it have fleet of foot?
No, but it can move 50 feet and attack in one round. It just... What it says on
No,
the
you
stat.
can only move. Oh, on its sheet.
It's a
Monsters are
monster.
different.
It's not like a
Monsters are
character.
Monsters are different, yeah.
Yeah, it says it can move short distance and still do stuff, so...
Right.
Yeah.
So all of this. Well, what's the difficulty now?
5.
5. So I have trained. I have an asset. I'll do the first one where I'll put in effort.
Okay.
See how it goes. Nope.
Okay. So, it manages to catch up and its fist pounds down on your back, sending you, like, hurtling forward. That one's lesser, so minus 5, 12 damage?
Yeah, I have 1 speed left and no might. So these are all just difficulty 5. So the next one. Oh,
Right, so you get a major defensive effect. You can recover some of your might pool, up to 2.
yeah, I'll do that because it'll keep me going. Next one.
Yeah, you managed to get a breath of air as you just managed
Second wind.
Yeah, you dodge out the way as you get second wind, block the next one, and then it goes down for its final punch. And you can... Oh, my... I think you're stealing all of EC's luck. Jesus. And you can recover another 2 if you want.
Yeah.
Onto your speed on Michael.
I
I
think
will.
Chris played the long game. He just pretended for 2 years
Yeah.
that he has no idea about technology just to hack Roll20
Yeah.
for this day.
Artoria, you turn to face this thing as it's...
I'm gonna punch it again.
Yeah, it's exhausted in front of you.
No, I'll not punch it. I need to do damage, so I'm gonna attack it with my long sword again. So what difficulty is it now? 5 or 6?
It's 5 normally.
5.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Work that into your calculation.
Right, so 5 normally. I'm trained. I have an asset. I'm gonna edge. Because the double fucking 20 has given me enough so I can edge legally.
Mm-hmm.
That gives me an effort, and I will take a swing at it.
Okay, so how much damage does that do?
7.
Okay, so you manage to strike out and stab it clean in its head with a crunch. And as you twist and turn and pull the blade free, the thing slumps to the ground.
I'm going to I'm going to run away 50 feet.
No, and you notice it's no longer moving.
I don't care. I'm running away 50 feet.
Congratulations, guys. You actually managed to defeat one of the most feared monsters in the bestiary.
Well, let's be fair.
I
No.
threw a lobster at it, so
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you took away 2
attacks.
vital attacks that could have ended up killing her.
But let's be fair. Artoria soloed this thing.
Can you, alright, so you see this thing just laying there on the branch.
Right, if it's not moving, I'm going to start like poking about it, seeing what's there.
Alright, can you make me a...
The
it's-
Numenera check.
No.
No.
Nope. Can you make me a d6 roll, please?
Oh, a D6.
Question: do either of you at some point shout for me to come back?
I did. I wasn't even part of the discussion that made you run away. So
Okay, so by the time that I don't hear any noise anymore, I'm going to just lower myself to the ground and just keep on going towards the camp.
Okay, Altori, can you make me a d100 check?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, single figures.
No, can you make me a D6? This is like Arnie's wet dream, just all of these tables. So it's level 6. What you do is you find this long metal pole. As you begin poking around Artori, you rip it out of part of its body, and it looks interesting. It's got runes all up down the pole, and you see there's a button on it.
I'm not even going to contemplate touching that until I let Verge look at it.
Right. I'm gonna copy paste that into a handout, and also all of you gain 2 experience.
I do? That's nice of you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you found an artifact. You get experience, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would argue that I didn't really do anything,
Doesn't
but
matter.
sure.
Yeah, it's always to do with the party.
Yep, that's fair.
I'll teach you how to throw lobsters next time,
And then Artoria will just sort of slump down beside it. Start breathing heavily.
Yeah, you are pretty injured.
And she's going to sit there for like 10 minutes.
Okie dokie. What about you, EC?
I sit on behind my tree, out of sight of her, and pout and also breathe heavily because I'm also really injured.
Okay. And at those, you're just going to keep going.
Yep,
Because
that's what I've been told to do.
You keep following the path, and eventually you...
I encounter a second giant monkey.
No, well, I would suck if I made him a roll of d12 and rolled on the encounter table again. No, but it takes you an entire day's worth of journey, Vers, and you're quite skittish, keeping an eye out on if anything's following you or approaching, making sure you're being careful. And eventually you do find that kind of thinning of the tree line where you realise there's hunters pass, beaten pass, goats pass, and you begin to follow them until you actually hear the familiar sound of funk of like wood being chopped, and you burst out into the clearing. Like, oh, there's the campsite in front of you. You see the familiar tents, except there's a new tent in the distance near the camp, the actual loggers' place. That's got flying the Aeon Priest's flag, and you see to your left some of Artoria's sisters are arriving back.
Okay, good.
After my little rest, I'll stand up and start calling out for EC.
I'm going back by myself, as EC says as she steps out of the tree and starts walking to camp again.
EC, just wait, and Artoria will grab her by the arm. Gently, not hard.
I can take you. I have power.
I know you could, EC, I know you could, but just let me walk you back to camp. It was. I know we had an argument this morning, but it was silly for you to run off on your own. That thing would have killed you.
I will walk 10 feet in front of you and go back by myself.
Well, okay, but here, and she'll get the rope out and tie it around EC.
Okay.
I'm pulling you along, you're not pulling me along.
Tie the rest of it around her, because we're still up in the trees. I don't want her to fall down and hurt herself.
Chris, I have a question for you. Where did we put all the notes to do with your sisters?
Pass next question.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you sent it to me, but I can't find it. That's the thing.
We'll figure it out. We know all their names anyway, don't we? We've got all their names.
That's the thing, I can't find any of my notes.
Oh, let me get it for you here then. I know I have this handy because it's in my
I'm pretty sure I made a handout. Like, I can't find it. Did you just send it to me?
I just sent you the stuff that's in my character sheet that I have handy without... I don't know if it's on my laptop or my work laptop.
The thing is, I remembered that... It's so weird, I remember...
I like to imagine Chris just has a Numenera folder right next to accounting work.
Oh yeah, definitely, and I've one for D&D.
Well, that's how my work laptop is as well.
Yeah.
There they are, right on the front page.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, cool, thank you. Alright, so, Artori and EC...
I have to call a colleague.
Yeah, okay, so I'm assuming you begin heading back to the camp anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys begin heading back to the camp and you don't encounter anything else. And eventually You arrive maybe an hour after Vers. So Vers, while you're back at camp, is there anything you'd like to do?
Not really, no.
Alright, so at that moment, as you arrive at camp, the Baron will approach you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you arriving on your own don't spell disaster for the other two.
I don't think so. They just... Well, they wanted me to run, so I ran.
What do you mean they wanted you to run?
Well, that's what they said.
So are they in trouble?
I mean, I think Artoria likes fighting, so...
Yeah, but that didn't answer no question, did it, Vers?
It answered several questions.
Kind of scratches the back of his neck in confusion. Do I need to send out some men
Whatever for.
to find them?
I mean, they know the way.
If you say so, Vers, I'm going to take your word on that. But if they do not arrive in the next hour, I will send people out to help.
I mean, that's your choice.
Yes, I do believe it is.
I don't understand what you're hoping to achieve, but go ahead.
Well, you arrived just in time for dinner, and, you know, Artoria's sisters are kicking up a storm over there over the fact that one of the nearby nobles was come.
What kind of storm? The let's have him for breakfast kind, or the let's have breakfast with him kind?
No, I mean that some lord has turned up, and
Yes.
he's requiring the presence of Artoria.
Interesting. Should I go and have a word with him?
If you want.
I don't see what else I would do until they arrive.
Okay. Alright, so as you approach, you see they are flying in very familiar colours. And you recognise the some of the soldiers and the man who's standing around with Artoria's sisters probing him with tons of questions. He has short clipped hair, freshly cut compared to the last time you saw him. He's wearing the military uniform that you last saw him with, the golden pauldrons, the slender sword at his hip, the kind of thick girdled, level girdle belt. And he's like, yes, I am indeed engaged to her. And the other one's like, how did she snatch you? And he's like, we met at a dance. She was forward enough, and I fell in love with her then and there. And they're like, oh. And you see they all begin to laugh. And one... you see that Rebecca, the redhead with all the tattered leather, kind of puts one hand on his shoulder and goes, are you right in the head? And he's like, I think I am. But it's a pleasure to meet all of her family, of course. And they all cackle at that and begin laughing. And they begin to walk off, except for one of them. The one wearing the kind of sweatback winged helmet, who just looks at him and goes, she's going to kill you. And then he walks off. She walks off. And as you approach, you see Lord Biegren's son, Kieran.
Huh. Hello. What brings you here?
Vers, and you see that all the soldiers around him snap to attention as you approach. They kind of form a semicircle around him, around the back of him. He's got about 7 or 8 guards, and he goes, "Oh, I'm here to see Artoria."
Ah, yes, she's, I think, engaging in her favourite pastime.
Nods and says, "How is she?"
Well, covered in blood, I suppose.
I may have to deliver some bad news. I'm not quite sure.
Well, as long as I think as long as you don't force her to retire or spend a night in the tent with EC tonight, you'll be fine.
Yes, of course. He seems bewildered by what you said. You care to join me and my men for dinner?
If it is prepared, and if you have enough.
Yeah, you see that they've got a spit going, and they've got their own kind of tents and stuff like that. But you do notice there's a new tent. There's 2 new tents, in fact. There's a Aeon Priest tent, like I mentioned before, flying the flag, and there's also a smaller tent next to it with a wooden kind of desk outside. And you see there's an Aeon Priest there, who looks like maybe in his late 50s. He's got a slender white beard that hangs down from his chest. Looks like it's well groomed and oiled. And he's got like no moustache, that's just a beard. And his head is completely knobbly and bald. And he has like vivid green eyes as he looks over towards you, almost glowing. And he has some sort of contraptions running from his head to a wire.
Similar to mine then,
yeah, that runs down to a wire. And then kind of like a ponytail of electrics that then attaches to something on his side, which you see is breathing in and out, like with a weird kind of Darth Vader-like sound. And he just regards you and then gets back to his work. However, you do notice the things that he's using on the table look vaguely familiar. Yesterday, where you were inside the tomb, you found some of those stuffs. They look like small cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
You had deciphered them as some sort of ancient runes. He's fiddling around with some on the table at the moment.
Okay. Hello. I haven't seen you here before.
Oh, hi!
Oh, wow. That's a bit much.
What's a bit much?
The way that you speak.
No. And as he smiles, you see a mouthful of brown teeth. And he like adjusts the Aeon Priest robes that have never seen an iron or a steam press or anything. And just goes, I speak the way I was made to speak. What do you want?
By whom?
Birth.
Oh, I thought... You speak strangely.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Be gone.
No.
Okay.
What are you working on here, if I may ask?
Runes. The Westward is smothered in these runes. They're everywhere.
So we found.
Right? And I figured out how to use them. He holds them up and goes, you see, they're like cartridges. Not like the ones you get in buzzers. But they're like chips of data. And when injected into specific artifacts, they activate their powers.
Interesting.
You only find them here in the Westwood. Because they were once used by an ancient civilization that used the Drits as a power. You guys remember you remember the Drit from the Black Hills when you found the fallen star? It was all the ground was made out of that mechanic, like that small black dirt. And he says, and this old civilization used these. And I'm just here as a humble Aeon priest trying to figure out what they do.
I see. Does that mean that you're quite interested in these, then?
Oh, yes it does. Have you perchance come across these runes?
I may have, but I believe that... How do they say? One thing for another, I believe?
Oh, you want to barter? Can I have a look at them first? I can identify them and tell you what they're worth.
Certainly, after you pay me 10 shins for the honor.
What?
Or I could just trade them somewhere else.
You want me to give you shins to look at your goods?
Yep.
How about this? You show me them, you let me see if they're powerful, and I will train you in how to use them.
How long would that take?
Well, the basics can be taught in several hours, but anything above that will take longer and require more power.
Fine.
Deal! Hand them over.
I'll hand over the first one, the red one.
Oh,
D-class, really.
Oh, a D-class. These ones are old and broken. He says, you can tell by this, and he turns it over, and on the base there's some symbols you don't understand. And he says, these are numbers. Numerical serial identifications that tell you how old they are. They're like first editions. Normally first editions are rarer, but, shitter. And he just puts the rune down, and he says, watch this, and he picks up a sword from beneath him, and it's quite heavy for his old spin. And he puts it down, and on the back of the blade, half of the blade is missing, and you see there are 3 slots. And he picks up the red rune that you're giving him, slots it in like it's like an old Sega cartridge, and as he sticks it in, part of the blade lights up red momentarily, and you see it looked kind of dull and not like anything special, but then these runes light up down the blade, and he picks it up with no effort. He goes, D-class runes, especially red ones, go well in weapons. And he kind of like swings it round as if he's well, he's not, in a figure of 8, and he gets stuck in the wood, and he goes, make them sharper, easier to use, as if you are training them.
Interesting. Do you perhaps have anything bigger than that?
What? This is huge! And he picks up the long sword, like, takes your cartridge out, your rune, and puts it down. What do you mean?
For you, yes, I understand, but I have a friend who might be interested in something, well, maybe double that size.
I do commissions. I can, with the help of the blacksmith, craft you artifacts. On their own, they are nothing, but they are conduits for the runes. Do you understand? Like, the weapon is basic and mundane, but I put these, and he points towards the back of the blade, and you see that there are those, like I say, like as if you'd put like a N64 cartridge in, like a recipient for it. Yeah, and he says, I can put these in mundane weapons and armor.
In existing ones as well? Or do you need to craft them from scratch?
I can. It would be slightly easier if they are in top-notch condition.
I might just take you up on that offer.
Come here. Your name is?
First.
I am Yort. They call me the Rune Master back at home in Shizek.
Yes, you do seem to have a knack for it. Well, since I promised, there's some more, and I'll pull out the D-class green one.
Ooh, a green rune. Now watch this. And he puts the green one in the blade. The blade glows slightly kind of a sickly pallid colour. And then he doesn't seem to make it any like lighter for him. However, when he picks it up, you see he looks more sprightly, his back's more arced, and you see like his veins on his arms are now kind of like glowing green as if the energy's travelling down from the blade into his body. And he goes, oh, green ones always make me feel young and virile.
Are those applicable to anything else than weapons by any chance?
What do you mean?
Well, that seems like it might be useful for other purposes as well.
Yes, it does give one a little bit more stamina, but you don't want to be carrying none of this into the bedchamber as he swings the heavy sword around. You're asking for some...
what I meant, but yes, that too.
Do you want an artifact pair of pants? Is that it?
Well, I was thinking perhaps a necklace of some sort.
Ooh. Maybe. That's a good idea. Never thought of it that way.
A belt?
You don't want to take a belt in. Are we still talking about the same thing?
Probably not.
Come here, Vers. I'm going to teach you how to extract and inject.
Are we still talking about the same thing?
You're funny. You're going to make a fine apprentice.
And then I'll hand him the C-class blue rune finally.
Oh, this one's... Oh, it's a C-class. You see here? And he points out the serial numbers. Oh, blue runes don't go well in weapons, you see. But they're mighty fine in armors and bracelets and necklaces, like you said. Blue runes directly interfere with your wearer's cognitive and intelligence capabilities. And they're a bit on and off. Sometimes they can increase it, but sometimes they'll negate one and then increase the other. And just so you know, like, I'm actually going to share the handout with you now because you're learning it.
Yeah, cool.
Cardiac amelioration. A fancy word for stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you do gain training in the runes.
Is that a skill
Yep.
I should add?
That's a skill.
Nice. Just for your information, I took specialization in salvaging and
Nice.
a skill in understanding Numenera.
Okay, yeah. By the way, you might as well just put skill Numenera, because that's actually a frequent skill. And that's it overall.
Oh, okay. Because there was like specific ones that were listed in the book.
Was there an understanding Numera was one of them?
Yeah, so there's 3 that are listed in the book as specific individual
Okay.
skills,
I
which
thought-
if you don't have them, you're actually automatically incapable.
Oh, okay, so understanding Numenera is one of them. I should know that as the GM, but never mind.
Yeah, so there was that one. There's hold on, let me go to the page. So there's crafting Numenera.
Mm-hmm.
There's salvaging Numenera, and there's understanding Numenera. And if you're not trained or specialized, you have inability in
Cool.
each of them.
Alright, so you are trained in understanding Numenera now, which is good.
Yes, and specialized in salvaging.
That's good. Alright, which
Still
is gonna...
inability in crafting though.
It will become really... Actually, that's going to be really handy and synergizes very well with rune crafting.
Hmm.
You salvage it from monsters in the Westwood, basically. So you're going to be very handy with that. And he says, but I can create these recipients for the runes for a cost.
Of course.
Yes, of course, of course. Anyway, are they your friends? And at that moment, you see EC come out of the wood, like the line of woods. She's got rope tied around her, and she's like...
I'll untied the rope before we got through the
And at that moment, EC, you see the Baron's like, oh, finally! Finally, I was about to send out people to come get you guys.
I did say they were coming.
Yeah, I know, but I did not believe you.
We have an emergency.
What's that emergency?
My skates broke.
No way. Well, I'll get the blacksmith fixing that. Lickety split.
That's why you're my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you go ahead to the blacksmith to get your skates fixed. It's going to cost you 2 shins.
That's fair.
Alright.
It's a fair price.
Altoria, the first thing you notice is the flag flying above the wagons and the carriages. And at that moment, you see his face. You see him. Your fiance.
And Artoria will limp towards him because of the amount of damage she's taken. She's got half her breastplate is ripped.
And as you do, all of your sisters begin wolf whistling and heckling you as you walk past. They're all like, we got stuff to report. And you Sapphire goes, woo woo. You know what she's going in for?
Go and fuck yourselves, buddies.
They're all throwing bits of food and kernels at you, like corn kernels as you run past.
Yep. And Artoria will just limp her way to Kieran.
Mm-hmm. And as you walk towards, he's with his men eating around the spit. He sees you coming, immediately stands and kind of brushes down his uniform. Artoria, you look hurt. What happened there?
Discord died.
Oh no! He's back.
There we go.
Alright, so he says, Artoria, you look hurt.
Most definitely yes.
He calls his surgeon over, who's like this man in kind of like a white robe with a breastplate at the top, and he's like wiping grease from his lips and goes, quickly, take a look to my fiance, please. And then she immediately comes towards you and begins to grab your hands to see, looks down and sees you're still wearing the ring.
I need a drink and a seat.
Right, he leads you towards the seat next to his. You can see that his is a lot more plush and more comfortable than the rest of the soldiers, and he just sits you in his seat.
She'll just start downing whiskey, fucking chugging it.
And then he goes, this is a bad time to bring this up, Artoria, my love, but I have bad news.
Do tell.
I am being sent further away. No longer will I be on the border.
Where are you going?
I'm going down to the ice fields.
That's very...
Some of the steadfast nations are bringing together a elite crew. Wait, I can't give you the specific details because they're secretive unless you agree to what I'm about to propose.
What is that?
Well, there's no one better and more suited to fighting than you and I. I mean, our first date was sparring.
It was interesting.
It was. Now, I promised the Queen that I will find warriors and adventurers that could help me, and I'd hate to steal you away from your friends, but I want you to come with me. If I'm to die in this mission, I'd rather die beside you, and there's no one better than I would like to have my back than you.
George, if you'd excuse me a moment, and I'll walk over to where this conversation's happening.
It looks like there's something serious happening over there, but Easy, you're about 10 yards away at the blacksmith, and he's like, "Here you go! One shoe with wheels.
What?
Shoe with wheels for you.
I don't think that's gonna catch on.
Shoe wheel. Wheel shoes. Here you go."
We're working on that.
Okay, and you see that something serious is going on to you behind you in the camp with Artoria.
I make
Sure.
kiss faces at them.
Okay, and Artoria, he says, "Come with me, and when this is done, we can go home."
Hello.
Buzz, oh yes, welcome. Eat, rest, drink.
You didn't get eaten in the forest, Burs.
No, you told me to run in, so I did.
Good.
And I just, like, oblivious kind of the fact that she's hurt because she's always looking like she's been in a fight, basically. Just push the the translocator gun thing back in her chest and be like, "Here you go."
Thank you, Burs.
Yes, you're welcome.
I think you
Could
should.
I take that and I'll grab her sword.
No, don't. You need to look at this, and I'll hand him the magic rune staff.
Alright, yeah, so Verse, you'll get given this long metal pole with runes all down it. It's got a button on the far end.
Yes, but that too, please. So it's okay. Rest. You'll have it back in a minute. Or a day.
I'll deal with my sword first. Thank you. Could you give me a moment, please?
Yes, but can I just have your sword in the meantime? This is all terribly inconvenient if I have to explain it to you.
Just God damn it, just take the sword and go.
Alright, so that's a proper heavy sword version. More kind of like.
Yeah, I'll just drag it. That's
Yeah,
fine.
okay. Alright, you just watched Verse drag your most precious greatsword off. Is it a greatsword or a long sword?
It is a great sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
you give him the greatsword, okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
And you
And
drag
then
it back
I'll
to the room
drag-
master.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The room master goes, "Oh, that's a powerful weapon you've got there in your hands."
Yes, I did say something slightly bigger. This is to really demonstrate the size. So I would like, if you can, to make something roughly this size with a slot for one of these red things, these
Just
red
one?
runes. Well, more if you can, depends on the price,
It
I guess.
takes roughly 5 hours worth of work for one slot. And this sword's seen some battering.
Yes, well, we have a good blacksmith here, I'm sure
Are
he
you
can
willing
repair.
to pay those?
Artoria, when are we leaving?
I'm leaving tonight, Burs.
No, you can't leave without your sword, right? And that's gonna take a while.
No, Burs. We need to talk after.
I whisper to the blacksmith, "It's a love triangle."
Oh, I never. Really? Oh, it
There's
can't be.
definitely some tension there, but I don't think they might have
Like,
gotten it on at some point. I haven't known them for so long.
First, she looks over at EC and looks at the sword and the two of them. It's like, yeah, I guess you're right, and completely oblivious that EC's talking about him.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Artoria. Kieran says, "Does that mean that you've accepted?
Yes, I have.
You know, there's no room for them, right? I mean, the mission here is still vital, and the Queen wishes the Golden Sanctum to be found. I have invited somebody who's interested, a member of the priesthood that could aid your friends better.
I think that's what they need.
I believe she knew Vivian Grey was her apprentice or her student.
Oh well, I'll let them break that news. I will talk with my sisters.
Yes, they heckled me some earlier. They said that you would break my cock off.
Yeah, they're just playing with you. They're just playing.
Yes, you do have interesting family.
Yes, we're a unique sort. But
Yes. But I like them. They're the type of women that I could trust on the front line to do their duty and, beat me around when I'm and convince me that my tactics are wrong when they are wrong.
They will most certainly do that, but as we are a family, there are discussions that must be had before one of us steps away.
Okay, do your thing.
But I will go with you.
He nods, thank you. I'm grateful. I cannot wait for the adventure together.
Look for a stick that she can use for a walking stick.
Yeah.
And then hobble her way over to EC.
EC, you see Artoria coming towards you, and the blacksmith goes, "Uh-oh, maybe it's a love square," and just disappears, shuts the shutters.
Shit, I was gonna make that joke. Open this!
No, he's like, go away!
EC.
He stole my joke!
EC.
Yes?
I'm sorry about earlier. And no matter what, should you ever find yourself in trouble, send me a letter and I will come.
I don't write letters.
Well,
why would I send the letter?
You'll be able to find me. But here, take this, and she will give EC the pound of sparkly material, which was glitter-like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I also have a pound of that.
Yep, well, you're getting another pound of it.
Fantastic.
A bronze medallion of a moth in a field of green.
A bronze medallion of a moth. And too much glitter. Is the glitter a cipher?
No, I don't know what it is. It's just...
It's just like the glitter is literally just an oddity, isn't it?
No, it's something we found.
Yeah, it's just literally a pound of glitter. It's nothing.
Yeah, I dumped a bunch of it into my hair.
Yep.
She will give EC the dimensional hook shot and 184 shins.
Hasn't Vers got the dimensional hook shot?
I don't know,
No.
we can give it back.
Oh,
Yeah, I just dumped it in an avlog. Here you go.
Alright, so EC, you get the dimensional hook shot, and how many shins?
184.
Holy crap.
You don't have to pay me back. I was only pretending to be mad. We would have made up later when I insulted you or something. I don't know.
I know, EC, but this is the most important gift I can give you. And she'll go into her backpack and get out the outfit she wore when she met Kieran, take the tiara, and give it to EC.
Oh my god, now I have 2 tiaras. Well, why are you doing this?
I'll be leaving tonight, EC.
But you know Verse is gonna die, right? Like...
Vers will be fine. He's a weird man. He's an intelligent man.
Have you seen him in action? You can't kill a monkey.
Just keep him on the right path. But I've had enough of fighting for now.
Oh, I get it. Look, I understand.
That last fight we had, I've never been so close to death.
Yeah, neither has the monkey.
The giant green thing is, yes, it is dead now, but I need some time.
I understand. Do I have a free pick of which sister I take as replacement?
If you can convince one of them, I would say your best bet would get, if you can get Sapphire to go with you. She's like me, only on roids, and can do all sorts of weird and wonderful things.
Which one is the least like you?
None of them. They're all murdering sociopaths.
That's what I feared. No, have fun with the prince. Name at least 2 daughters after me.
I will, EC.
You can, add an epsilon in front of the second EC, and that should be Epsilon EC. I've been saving that name.
And then Artoria will actually give EC a hug.
Oh, God. Okay.
A genuine hug.
EC's like...
In the background, you hear Evelyn go, "Someone's having a threesome!"
I made that joke! Everyone's stealing my jokes today!
Although Sapphire leans in and goes, "You're ruining her moment!" And just pushes her sister off the log.
And then Artoria will go and see her sisters.
And they're all like, as you walk in and sit down, and they see that it's like a moment. They literally look at their partners, the lumberjacks that they've stolen, and they just go, "Get lost." And some of them even, like for example, Naev just growls at her one, and he knows that means to get lost, and they all just disappear from the campfire.
So, you have met my fiance.
Yeah, nice, says Siobhan. Rebecca leans back, folds her arms over her chest, and says, "You really shot lucky with this one, didn't you?"
I did. That's why we need to have this conversation.
Oh, I see.
I'm going south.
They all nod.
I will write to you and keep you informed of where I am, but as the eldest, Sapphire, I need your blessing to leave.
She shrugs, and you see her sword is stabbed into the ground next to her, and all of the grass around it is now like frozen. Puts one hand on the pommel, pulls herself up, walks towards you. Kind of like, she's got like an angry look pasted across her face. And you come like basically nose to nose, and then she cracks a smile, punches your arm playfully, and says, "Go on, get lost."
I will see you all again soon then.
Sure.
But do me one favour.
You want us to stay here, look after your friends, and help?
Yes.
They all nod. Julia says, "With what we found yesterday, we're not leaving."
Good. Well, particularly Vers. He is an odd man. A very, very odd man, and I don't know how I haven't killed him yet.
Yeah, and they all say, "Hey!" And they all like point towards Naive, the quiet one with her hood up, and goes, "Suit you then, eh?" And she just goes, "Fuck off."
He's difficult, and he will push your buttons without even realising he's pushing buttons.
"Well, Naive needs some buttons pushing," says Rebecca, and she just goes, "Shut up."
But he is a good man, and I was given the contract to kill him.
Oh.
I have decided that his goodness is needed in the world.
Wait, Sapphire says, "That's the one."
Yes,
You've been with him the entire time?
I
You
have.
haven't killed him?
No,
You know the backlash on that, right?
I do.
Fuck's sake, sister. Where's the contract?
I have it here,
Give it.
and I'll hand it over.
Yeah. And then she reads it and goes, "Fuck! She is gonna be so angry. It's like 6 months overdue."
I know,
She folds it up and throws it in the campfire.
but
No one received it. We'll deal with it when it comes to it. When we go back home.
Your mom's gonna be so pissed.
Mm-hmm.
well, I now have to go and have this conversation with him. So take care, and keep up the raping and pillaging. We've got a family name to live up to.
Ah! They all laugh except Nave, who stays quiet. Okay, so as you go to leave, you're going over to Vers. So Vers, where are you at the moment?
I'm just chatting with. If they really seemed intent on having that conversation, I would have gone back to Jordan, and basically gotten a price check on how much it would take to add maybe 2 or 3 slots to this greatsword after having it repaired by the blacksmith.
Oh, that's going to be expensive, but I reckon about 80 shins of work and about a whole day's worth of work, over 2 days perhaps.
Verge,
Yes, hello.
before you do that, we need to talk.
Okay.
Oh God, I forgot you're like this. I won't need my sword enchanted because I'm leaving with Kira.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't to you, no, and I know you'll never truly understand it. But that last encounter,
No, I meant, wouldn't you still need your sword enchanted?
no, I'll take my sword as is. I don't want to be running around the south with an enchanted sword.
You're a strange person.
I am, yes, I'm a very strange person, Verge, but
But you said you were going somewhere.
I'm leaving.
Okay. Where are you going?
I'm going south with my fiance.
Interesting choice. Why south?
because that is where he is going. I don't know the particulars and I don't know the details as much as I know you love those things, but it's time for me to take a step away from all of this.
And I'll just step up to Artoria and like hold the back of my hand against her forehead.
I am well
Oh,
versed. I'm just very badly hit.
You say that, but you're not talking any sense, and you don't want to have your weapon enchanted.
No, I
Pretty
don't.
sure something's wrong with you. Did that monkey infect you with something?
Probably. It infected me with the sense that I'm not immortal, and I can die just as easily as anybody else.
Yes.
That's quite a shock for me, given my past and my abilities, so I need you to know that we didn't meet by chance first. I was hired to kill you.
Oh, interesting. How much?
How much was I going to get for killing you, or
Yes.
not so much monetary reward, more privilege, a favor.
Hmm.
But I decided when we met, originally, I was going to do it, but as I've spent time with you and learned, you have a gift, and the world as it is needs that gift.
I see Verse look a bit confused, like, what?
So just, you keep being you, Vers, and should you ever need my assistance in the future, then, by all means, write me a letter if you are in grave danger, and I will come.
Where should the letter be addressed to?
I will give you those details. For it, best bet is to send it to Paradise 8 for attention of myself, and I'm sure they will forward it to the relevant location.
Very well.
But I have some stuff that you could probably use, and I'll give him the other respirator.
Right,
I will
and
give
the
them
other-
20 pounds of treasure, which is gems from the Lake Temple.
Yeah, it's just this massive sack of gems and jewels.
And I will give him the oddity, which is a metal canister that fills with 4 quarts of water every morning.
Oh yeah, so yeah, it's basically a refilling water skin.
That's nice.
Every morning you get it's got 3.5 litres or something in it that just refills when you press the button.
Well, it's
And then I will-
carbonated, so no one wants it.
I will give him the steam-powered flat sniper,
Ooh.
which has 34 bolts, and the quiver of armor-piercing bolts, which has 12 bolts.
We will keep your character sheet so you can type the stats in at some point, obviously, yeah.
Okay. And bolts to go with it. 12 bolts, you said, right?
It's 34 normal bolts.
Yeah, and then 12 armor-piercing ones.
Yeah, and they ignore 2 points of armor. That's what they do.
I don't think I'm going to be able to carry all of this.
Well, I'll obviously help you carry it back to our tents, and then
Oh, yes, I
Move it
meant
apart.
like for its intended purpose.
That's when the Rune Master looks at the flat sniper and goes, "Now that's something I can enchant!"
Yes.
Sorry, tender moment. He leaves and goes into his tent. You hear him shouting to someone inside, and he goes, "You really should introduce yourself!" And then you carry on to weekend.
so we'll go. We'll have dinner and drinks one last time together, and then we'll part ways.
Sure.
I'm sure I can introduce you to one of my sisters.
Yes, if you must.
And Artoria will look up, wolf whistle to Sapphire, and point at Neve.
She looks bewildered at first, and then nods, understanding.
And then point at Vers.
And she just points at Nave.
Yep, and start nodding.
Yeah.
And start doing the motions or get them to
Yeah, she nods. Shrugs.
I'll just ignore what they're doing and just walk over and sit next to all of them.
Yep. They all kind of look towards you, like, all at once. Like, it's a really weird movement. Everyone but Sapphire just goes doosh and locks eyes with you. And one of them just passes you a horn of liquid and just goes, drink.
Well, perhaps later.
Drink. They all begin chanting it slowly. Drink. Drink.
Yes, I did hear you the first time.
Drink. Drink.
Yes,
Or
it is.
just drink
Yes.
the damn ale.
To what purpose, if I may inquire?
Julia says, to get drunk. Obviously. And Evelyn just bursts out laughing, goes, what else would there be a reason for it?
I understand its effects, I just don't understand its purpose.
Sarah then says, lessens inhibitions, makes you more likely to do stuff, as all the sisters look towards the hooded one.
Now, if I remember correctly, the only one that I've actually interacted with before was Siobhan. She was really nasty, right?
Yeah. In fact, Siobhan hasn't said a single word, really.
She doesn't seem like the talking type.
No, neither does Naev, the hooded one.
I'll be like, well, that's maybe all well and good, but I think we have some business to discuss before your sister leaves you.
And that
It's
is?
come to my attention that she had a contract of sorts to assassinate me.
Sapphire looks around the group and they'll shrug. Don't know what you're talking about.
So I should expect that you will, much like she did, choose not to reenact this contract then.
Of course, it's our sister's wish.
And I'll look over to Arturia to see if that seems like something I should be expecting her to
will just,
honor.
walk up, put her hand on your shoulder. They will protect you from those that come in the future.
I see. Very
So-
well then.
Enjoy your drink. I'm going to go and manhandle my fiance.
Okay.
And as she's walking over, she'll take I think its head was probably too big, but the claw of the creature and just swap it in the middle of the place and continue walking.
Yep, they'll look at it. Shrug. Okay, so Artoria goes to head to her fiance, and they, get ready. You see that the soldiers are getting ready to leave tonight.
Before Arturia leaves, I'll give her the pine cone.
Thank you, Bears.
So this creature gifted it to me as a token of appreciation. I would like to pass on the sentiment.
And I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I'll probably have to explain what creature it was because, of course, I
Yeah.
was sleeping.
Also, 99%, that creature stole all of our shins. I'm
Most
just saying.
likely.
Didn't appreciate us that much, did it?
I mean, and then I'll put my never melting ice cube in the drink.
Oh, the
Let it get
court.
cold.
Oh
Let it-
no, the horn.
Yeah, and then
Nice.
just let it get cold over a while, and then
Yeah.
drink.
Alright, so this strong fire wine, this stuff. Okay, so EC, do you want to do anything?
I do not want to party with Artoria's sister.
Okay, so Artoria, I'm assuming you say your goodbyes and leave that evening.
Yep.
And the room master, by the way, first, you can hear him shouting and arguing with someone in the tent. And then this woman steps out of the tent, yawns, and in the moonlight you can see her. She's got a metallic arm. She yawns, and then the room master comes out and shouts and goes, "You should introduce yourself to them, seeing as you're meant to be joining them."
You're such an infuriating old toad of a man.
And you're an infuriating young wall of a woman.
What
Look.
could I do to get sanctioned with you?
You're sanctioned with me because Vivian Grey got herself killed.
And then she'll grab him by the scruff with a metal arm.
He's like,
Choose your words carefully, or I'll put something in that breathing bag.
he looks down at the breathing bag and goes, "Well, my last time, can't it be cake?
That'll be something much worse.
Never inhaled cake before."
And then she'll like push him down so he falls.
He like pats down his robes and straightens them, even though they're wrinkled as fuck, and then says, "Look, it's imperative we find Vexus before he gets himself killed."
I know.
Okay. All right. And he just kind of like slinks back off into the tent. Okay, so as this woman approaches, would you like me to drag out the artwork before we end the session?
Mm-hmm.
So
She looks like she's gonna punch things.
Nope.
So do you want to describe what she looks like, Chris?
Yeah, let me get it up here for you because it was all written down. Look at me do English good.
Yep.
Where did I save it to? It was. So she starts walking towards you. She's wearing. You can tell straight away. She is wearing like light armor. Underneath what is a set of Aeon Priest's robes. They look different to normal priest robes, where the priest robes are quite like ornate and you can't move very well in them. These ones are quite lightweight. They look more like a monk's robes
Mm-hmm.
than heavy set, like given a sermon robes. They fit her armor so she can move quite freely. She obviously has one side of her head is shaved, the other has really long hair and it's dyed in like deep reds and purples. You can see straight away she doesn't try to hide it. Her left arm is completely mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
It's very ornate in nature, but it's definite giveaway that it is not. It's not like armor. It's not like a design. It glints, so you can't tell that it is metal. She's quite tan skin. That's got sun exposure, but all the scars and stuff that are on her face across her eye, you can see behind them. There's like a little glimmer of light that pulses every now and again, different colours. And then she eventually will get up to you and you'll see that one of her eyes is green and the other is purple.
Okay, so EC, I guess, is the first one to see you.
Good evening, EC.
Oh, that's nice ropes. Did you also steal them from a priest? I got my own set.
No, I am a priest.
I mean, I am also a priest. We're all priests, right?
Could you give me your record number, please?
17.
No, 17 would be for someone who was in the first stages of the priesthood 400 years ago.
Look, I age very well. The secret is moisturizing.
I'm going to take it you stole the robes.
Well, no, it's not stealing if they're dead.
Can I... They're dead?
Oh,
Who?
yeah, it's...
Festus or Vivian?
Oh, these are the Vivian's robes.
And she'll immediately grab you by like the throat, and you'll feel the pressure on your neck. And she's like, "Why you have
Miss, if
robes?"
you could please not do that.
And then she'll like ease off. Why have you got my master's robes?
Oh, she kicked the bucket.
Yes, perhaps, you see, it's to your advantage to use those talking words you like using so much.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you the whole story. So, right, Vers and me, and there was also Tori, but she left, so she's not important anymore. We were out in the jungle, and we were told, oh, there's this girl, whatever you guys call yourselves, this priest. Aeon priest. And so we were marched over there, thinking we'd help the Aeon priest, and she's there, and she's like super buff. She could choke me like you just did, no problem. And she tells us, let's go explore that temple. So we went to the temple, and then bam, she betrayed us. Wasn't an Aeon priest at all. She actually killed the Aeon priest. And then I stole the robe.
Describe this woman to me.
Did you miss the part where I said she was like super buff?
That doesn't really help. I need an actual description because I'm going to rip her throat out.
And I'll give an actual description.
Yeah, so shaved sides, kind of short hair, spoke really deep like that. And yeah, like you said, very lean and wiry and muscular. Nothing like the real Vivian Grey, Amelia. Nothing like that at all. Nothing like your bookish, bookish but
Yeah.
athletic master.
I apologize. I acted rashly. Vivi and I were very close. I was
Oh
her
no, that's
student.
fine. I've been punched twice today.
Well, it's not befitting of a priest to punch people. So,
Oh, don't worry. You'll want to punch her sometimes.
oh, well, thank you for the heads up. Apologies, I am Amelia. Amelia Brightsoul. I am a Aeon priestess of
And
sorts.
that's where we're going to end it.